before we get into those charts, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish. Welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. This whole episode here is going to be based on how to mark up the charts. So the other day, I had a couple people approach me and say, "Hey, man, hey, Fit. We've been using the replay feature on TradingView, which is the charting platform. The replay feature to try to kind of see how we would trade and back test that way, and it hasn't been working." And I said, yeah, it doesn't work because you're not recognizing patterns. And the best way to recognize patterns and setups is to do exactly what I'm about to show you. And this comes from the Al Brooks Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar book. So it comes directly from Al Brooks's method, and it works phenomenally for getting you to become a better trader. So let me go back to the page. And this is literally it. This is how you mark up the charts. So you basically, the first thing you want to do is download TradingView. We're going to draw lines. We're going to identify special bars, mark major times, mark major reversals, mark potential entry points for trades, and then we're going to write up text box. So we're going to write up notes about everything that we're seeing. And then we're going to rate each entry. Okay. And that's pretty much what it looked like here. Like at the end, it's going to be pretty congested and it's going to look kind of crazy when you first start doing this. You're going to be like, whoa. All these lines, these boxes, these circles, these texts, these grades, like this is insane. But once you get used to it, it becomes second nature and you're like, oh, wow, this is actually really helping me. So I do this pretty much almost every day where I'm marking up the charts and recognizing patterns. So this helps you with pattern recognition and recognizing plays before they happen. When you do this on a day-to-day basis, you will go absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I wanted to share this before I get into more details about what I just explained. And it's basically this, and it's that Kobe Bryant is arguably one of the best basketball players of all time and the best athletes of all time. And we all know, however, that he was not born with a basketball in his hand, shooting shots in the hospital's pediatric ward. Okay, he was not doing that. But growing up, he watched what other professionals were doing and practiced. So Kobe's coach said that he would find Kobe in the dark 2 hours before practice was supposed to start. And he was like, what was he doing? Like, Kobe, what are you doing, bro? And Kobe was like, I'm practicing. And the coach would be like, well, we have practice in 2 hours. And Kobe was like, no, I got to practice for the practice so that I'm better at practice. And then when we practice, that's practicing for the game. So Kobe was killing it. He was practicing before practice and he didn't want to be average. So that's the same mindset that you have to come in with when you're thinking about getting into trading or being a trader or making money trading like a lot of retail traders do. And 99% of retail traders are failing, not even breaking even, not even profitable. And I was there. And the reason is you're not doing anything. You're not in the gym. Okay. Like Rick Ross said, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So yeah, if you're not in the gym shooting, it ain't happening. And I'm just being honest. But yeah, so getting back to it. So the way you do this is you mark up the charts. So this is exactly the rules. So you draw lines. So you draw major trend lines, channel lines, wedges, triangles, double tops, double bottoms, levels, key levels, highs, lows. You draw lines. Then you identify special bars. So this is things like little bars, like really little bars. We talked about the difference between non-trend and trend bars. So really big bars, inside bars, outside bars, inside outside bars, inside outside bars, and outside bars, dojis, all that good stuff. You mark them up. If it looks special or weird or different, mark it up. And then you mark the major times. So the major time frames in the market are 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are major reversal times. And just put an asterisk next to them. What I do is I actually take a picture of a clock and I put it there every single day. That's like the first thing I do. Then you mark major reversals. Anywhere you see a major reversal on the chart, just mark it up and then kind of go back to it and look. A lot of the time it's at that 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. reversal time, and you'll see that as a trend. And then you want to mark potential entries. So the way you mark potential entries is you look at the chart and you say, where would it be a good spot to get in if I was trading, and then where would be the best spot to get in if if God gave me this chart and he was like, hey, this is going to be the chart for tomorrow, mark where you would want to get in to make the most money. So that's kind of what you're doing. Like, you're seeing the chart and you're marking points where you would want to get in as the best entry, and then where you probably would be thinking to get in as an entry, and then other possible entries as well. Then you want to write up text boxes and write out explanations of what you're seeing and what you're thinking. And that helps you, because when the price action is actually starting when the market's open and price is moving, everything's happening really quickly, then you'll be able to say, well, I've seen this before. This is doing this. I think this would be the perfect time to get in or to get out. Last but not least, what you're going to do is you're going to rate the entries. So at each highlighted point that you said, I'd probably get in here, you want to grade it. Would it be a A setup, a B setup, a C setup, a D setup? What kind of setup would it be? And then from there, you'll be able to tell from your trading, when you're trading live and the markets are open, you'll be able to tell what is actually a good setup versus something that you probably don't want to put a lot of money in because it's not a guaranteed play. So that is the way to actually really get better. So I'm going to kind of show real quickly what that would look like. So on this tab here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up SPY from 5/24/2024. I think this is a really good example. This day was a really good day. So we have some lines here. So these are just my exponential moving averages as well as VWAP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide those for a second, and we're kind of just going to get started. So the first thing I like to do is I like to put a time at the 10 a.m. a clock. I put a clock there, and then I do copy and I put a clock at 11 a.m. So right over here. And as you can see at those times, we try to reverse here at 10 a.m., but we kept to the upside. And then right at 11 a.m., we started decreasing bar sizes and then kind of just consolidated after that. The next thing we talked about was we want to draw lines. So immediately what I'm seeing is, like, I see this low here. I'm like, okay, this is a support area that we kind of moved along the whole time. And then we have sort of this triple top here. So we kind of consolidated in this zone. Another thing that you can do is you can mark this uptrend that we had. Marking that uptrend. And then one thing that I did notice was, if you use a breakout strategy, there's a 30-minute breakout strategy. So it's basically saying that the range of the bars in the first 30 minutes, once we break that range, then you'll want to go long or go short based on where we break. So in the first 30 minutes here, we went from this high to this low, and then we broke out right over here. So when we're marking up our potential entries later, this will be a potential entry. But that's not what we're doing right now. So we're just drawing lines. Another area that I see resistance is right over here. I'd probably draw a line there. And then I also notice a micro double bottom right over here. And then we get to the top. I notice a micro double top right over here. So I'm still drawing my lines. Another micro double top. I can draw more lines, but let's get on with it. Also, SPY likes to make these micro triple tops here. I like to mark those as well, where it has an evening star doji and then it sells off quite a bit. And then what's funny is we get another micro double bottom, bullish engulfing bar, and we push to the upside. And then we break this resistance here. And then we have another potential entry, which we'll mark up later. But now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to want to mark big bars. So I like to mark big bars like that. So I put my sun there. And then this bar right here has a massive wick, so I'm going to mark that as well. And then this is another pretty big bar right here. This one is decently sized. This one has a massive wick too. And then this one is a bearish or a bullish engulfing, pretty big bar. This one is absolutely insane right here. What the heck? This one is pretty huge too. So yeah, that'll get your eyes like focused on when you should be getting in, or when you should be getting in, when you should be getting out, what to be looking for. Because if you notice, after each one of these big bars, we get pretty nice moves. We get pretty pronounced moves. Here, this is overexhausted. So usually with overextended bars, overexhausted bars, you get immediate reversals. But we consolidated here for quite a while. And then you can mark some of these other big bars. I'm not going to take too much time. I'm only going to focus on this first half of the day, just because to make this video shorter. Anyways, so yeah, we have that. Then after marking up the bars, we'll look at major reversal times. So you can mark that however you'd like. I'll do an eclipse. So it looks like we have a reversal here. We have another reversal here. And then another. These are more pullbacks, if anything. Another reversal kind of here. But yeah, so this one is actually a reversal. This one's more of a pullback in this uptrend. And then this one is more of another kind of reversal, and then we go kind of sideways. But not major reversals in this day, but these are areas where we kind of did pivot. But typically we'll have like pretty big reversals where we'll be able to mark them on other days. All right, so after that, so what we did was we drew lines, we identified special bars, we marked the major times, we marked major reversal times. Now we're going to mark potential entry points for trades. So like I said earlier, in the first 30 minutes of the day, we form a range, and that's every single day we form a range, okay? And then once we break out of that range, which we did right here, make this pretty big for you guys. Once we break out of that range, you want to look for an entry, and this is a very nice Maribozu bull bar, so it's a very good entry. So we could just highlight this point right here, and that's a potential entry right there. And then what I like to do too is I'll mark other entries too. So like I'll mark here in the beginning of the day. So say we're not waiting for anything, we don't have a certain strategy. This looks like we had a consolidation. We had selling pressure here a little bit, and then we had this quadruple top here, a big bear bar. It looks like, oh, it's a potential entry. We might sell off. Okay. So I still mark those two, and then I grade them. So later on, this will be a pretty bad grade, but it's a potential entry. And then another potential entry is this bullish engulfing bar. So it's called a bullish engulfing because this big green bar is eating up this little red bar. So it's bigger size. We have a micro double bottom right here. Mark that right there. And then this is the best entry right here, actually, because not only did we do a retest right here, we did a retest of this consolidation area, and then we have a bullish engulfing bar, but we also broke this previous high. But yeah, we did a retest of this low order block and then broke this previous move up. So really good entry there. You could try to enter here too, enter here, so you can mark all those spots up. And then the next thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to start writing. So you want to start writing your text boxes. So just like I was saying, whatever I was saying, I'll put it into these text boxes. And the way that'll look is it'll be just like this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I'll do bullish engulfing bar, and then I kind of put in like bullet points. Bullish engulfing, breaking previous move or previous high / resistance. Also, we have a micro. I do MDB, but for you guys, I'll write it out. Micro double bottom. So right there, we have that micro double bottom. Micro double bottoms are a sign of a reversal. So that's a video that I'm going to make in a little bit talking about reversals. But yeah, micro double bottom. Here we have, I like to call this SPY's infamous micro triple top. We also have evening star doji there. So in an uptrend, when you see an evening star doji, that's a pretty good sign of a reversal too. again, going to be in the reversal video. Micro triple top. And we have this massive wick up top, which is showing you that sellers are stepping in here. So top, side, wick at resistance shows sellers stepping in. All right, and then here I can talk a lot about a lot of stuff here. So resistance, early buyers stepped in. So it looked like we had a resistance early, tried to sell off, but buyers stepped in right here. As you can see by this massive bottom side wick, we ended up selling off. And then we created this MDB, micro double bottom. Micro double bottom. And then another note that I would put here is that this bar pushed up more than 50% of the previous bear bar. So this move down, it moved up more than 50%. Typically when that happens, you'll get a continuation move in that same direction. So that is a note that I would put in as well. Bull bar pushed more than 50% up. And then we faced resistance again, and then over here I would probably put like, okay, we have sellers stepping in, sellers stepping in here. So again, we're at resistance, and then we finally get the break. So you get the breakout here, 30-minute early opening range breakout play. So this is an opening range breakout play. So the opening range was the first 30 minutes of the day, and we broke out above it with a nice bull bar. Nice bull confirmation signal bar. So far we have quite a bit of notes, but you see exactly what I'm saying. It's like, at first it looks like it's a lot of stuff here, but we just went through all of that in like 10, 15 minutes. And then what you'll do after all of the writing and stuff is you'll grade each entry. So one of the best entries would be this opening range breakout, because you wait patiently for a setup. You see that we pushed to the upside. So this opening morning breakout, and then also another really good entry is this one here, because not only did we break out, but usually after breakouts you get a retest. So we retested, we formed a bullish engulfing bar. We pushed to the upside, but then we broke above this second range here, and then that's when we had the best move, pretty much. Instead of losing value on your contract, the best trades are trades that just go. So that is all I'm going to have for you guys today. The next thing you're going to want to do after all of that is you grade the trades, like I said, but that's going to be based on your system. And I'll show a system that I use, or that I used to use, because now I'm refining my system to make my trades even better. But thanks for tuning in to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Y'all have an amazing day.